All right, guys, how's it going today? I'll go Aspire here. We're gonna make some money today. We're going live as usual. I am back. I was out of town last week. Made some mistakes last week as well. So I ended up having to yeah, made some mistakes. That's all I'm gonna say. But we're still making money. Everything's all good. Um, we're gonna make some money today. We're gonna follow the rules. We're gonna follow the strategy. Right now, we are looking at price pulling back into this buy zone. Um, I got I got OG Mall on with me on Discord.
Yo, yo, yo.
Uh, if I'm not on, if you guys don't hear me talking, probably on a phone call or whatever, but I'll be taking trades, so you'll see the trades being executed still, no matter what. So you'll know if I'm in a trade or not. Um, yeah, so I'll be trading on Tradeovate today. Um, it should show also on TradingView whenever I execute a trade. So I'm going to keep all of these charts open at the same time. Um, but yeah, we're looking to get these trades in today and make some easy money. Um, yeah, that's really it.
Let's get this money.
Yeah.
841. Yeah, see, that would have been a good exit to rate of change. So I wouldn't be wanting to go down on this drop right here. Nope, nope.
All right, yep, we're getting a little pullback here. All right, remember we are looking for it to turn red. We're looking for red candles. So we're looking for it to hit this buy zone. We're looking for um, price to close above this Jurek line, and we're looking for the candle to turn red. And then we're gonna be in there like swimwear. We don't care. We got no fear. We're gonna make sure we look at our quote, read our quote, write down the quote. My job is to execute my strategy, not to win every trade. I am the casino, not the gambler. Each trade is just one of many. My edge plays out over time. I will only take trades that fit my strategy. So we're not touching anything else. We're only taking trades that fit our strategy and nothing else. What's the strategy? We're waiting for price to hit well, we look at the 15-minute chart, the trend is bullish. So that means we're only looking for buys. We're looking for price to hit into the buy zone. We're looking for price to close above the jerk line. And we're looking for price to be red or orange, but we're looking for red first. So for example, let's just say we're red whenever we're pulling into the buy zone. And before it closes above the Jurek line, it turns orange. And then whenever it closes above the Jurek line, it's still orange. We could take those trades. We prefer it to be red all the way through, but if it turns orange, that's okay. But we have to have red first. So as long as there's red first, we could take the trade. If there's yellow first and then turns orange, we're not touching it. If it's blue and then orange, we're not touching it. If it's gray then orange, we're not touching it. It has to be red, 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 orange. That's only candles we're looking for is red and orange. But red has to be first. We're also looking for the rate of change to be oversold, or at least in the lower range. We're not looking for this to be in the overbought area and it presenting in that way. If it's overbought, we're going to leave it. We want all of the possibilities to be extremely high for us. We do not want to take any extra chances. We don't want to take unnecessary trades. We want to take trades that's just going to pay us. If anything's in the way, we're getting out. We're getting out at that area. So it could be a moving average. It could be the previous high, previous lows. It's the target. Those are the four things that we're looking at. Oh, and now premium or discount. Yeah, premium or discount. Those are the four areas that we look at to say, okay, we have to get out of the trade at around this price. We won't be able to go for a full $25 move. And then I'll post my results at the end of the day so you guys can see where we're going, where we're headed. I had to start over. At least I thought I did. So I ended up starting over another account. Um, Here, as you can see, I got 4 trading days. The win rate is at 85%. My consistency is at 46%. The account currently is at $2,097. Well, really, right here, you can see right here, $2,096.32. But I have to get the exact numbers off of there. Um, but yeah, we're around that price. We have $3,902 more to go for us to get a payout, and we have one more day to get $200 also to get a payout, and then we will have another 5 days after today to get to fully get the payout. You know, meet all the criteria rules in order for us to get this payout. And oh, if you guys check the link below, I sent some audio books that you guys may want to listen to. It's I think it's going to be beneficial in order for you guys to get your heads in the right place, you know. And I know trading is more of a mental game. It's not so much of who has the best strategy. It's more of a mental game, more than anything else. And if you have your mind in the right mental space, your strategy will be successful because you're going to be able to follow your rules. You're going to be able to execute the trades properly. You're going to be able to really analyze things in a better way whenever your mind is in the right place. If your mind is not in the right place, you're going to start acting irrational. You're going to start doing things you shouldn't do. You're going to go against your strategy. You're going to jump in because you think your strategy is about to present, and now you're
Mm-hmm.
taking losses because you're kind of not just being patient and waiting for your strategy to present. So it starts at the mind, the mindset. Get your minds right, and you guys will be successful in this.
Yep. You know, I read that backwards thinking like four, I listened to it like 4 times.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how many times I listened to that book already. It's Backwards Law is I think that's an amazing book. Um,
Yeah.
that really helped me get my mental in the right space. Especially because you guys have, you know, especially with me of years of trading, you have bad habits that now are there. And the only way to eliminate those bad habits, you got to rewire your mind, you know. And that's the other audio book. And it helps you rewire your mind and understand that your subconscious is really the problem, and it's not your conscious. Your subconscious is really the problem that you have to fix, and that has to get rewired. And the only way you can rewire that is if you're conscious. It has to start at your conscious first. And once you get it through your conscious, which is speaking it, writing it, visualizing it, it goes into your subconscious and now becomes part of you and becomes a habit, a new habit that you're creating of just following the strategy. This looks like it might have hit a buy zone here. Let's see. Yeah, small one. But yeah, I would say take a listen to those books if you guys really want to try to increase your profits or change your life. I really feel like it's a life changer. Those
Hmm.
audiobooks.
Yep, I see why you said you would have got out if something was in the way. Looking at the 200 moving average on the 1 minute chart.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a buy signal on Thinkorswim. That's what OG Mo is referring to. We have a buy signal here, right here on this candle. So you will wait for a close above. So you would entered on 849 candle based off of if you were following just the buy and sell signals, which I don't recommend unless we're hitting discount with the buy zone. So if we, for example, over here we have a buy signal in this range, we hit the buy zone, we hit discount. So if I replay this, you'll see that it hit a discount. The discount was inside this buy zone. It hit right onto that top of that buy zone and got a nice move. So yes, you will want to take this trade. That's a whole nother strategy that we all could go through. There's a strategy OG Mall um, has been trading and has been making money off of it. Um,
Hmm.
um, yeah, you would enter the trade here at 756, and then you would have gotten out at the 200 moving average here because it was in the way. This trade you could have held for a $50 move, but I like to get out if something's in the way. I don't want to try to see if it's going to break through it. I'm out
Yeah, it helps
at
you
that level.
protect profits.
Yeah, big
Definitely.
time. There's so many times where you see it push into that level, it does a little move up like this, and the next thing you know is coming down, stopping you out, and then it makes the move. And it's very annoying because now you would say I would have just took that $400, 300 bucks, whatever the number is, versus taking a
Yeah.
$500 hit. After a while you become like, yo, I'll take whatever I can. Money is money, profit is profit.
Hmm. Yeah, man. Who's making like $300-400 in like less than a minute?
Yeah, you get 2 minutes and you get $400 and you sitting here not taking it because you
And
think it's gonna push
mm,
through a level. It's kind of silly.
it is crazy when you put it into perspective like that.
Yeah, yeah, but people do it and if they win on these trades, yes, that would have been a nice trade. But sometimes people will hold. Somebody would have still probably been holding this and saying, "I'm not getting out until it hits premium." But look what's happening
Mm,
now. You're sitting here with small profits, waiting for it to hit this premium, and it should run to that level. It really should run to this previous high, but it may not. It may
it
not.
may
We
not.
might still see this come all the way back down, and guess what? It could go deeper into this buy zone, and then it's going to make the move. But now that person is going to get stopped out because they were saying, "I'm not getting out until it hits this premium." We don't know when it's going to hit the
Yeah.
premium. We don't know when it's going to hit discount. We can't take guesses. We can only say if this, something's in a way as we're moving up towards our levels, it's best to get out. If there's nothing in the way, then more than likely, if that is the next thing that's in the way, then more than likely it would go to there. But if there's other levels in the way, that tells me it's possible it may not make that push there. And we have to be aware of that. For example, I'll show you guys now, there's a top blue line target that's in the way on this 1 minute chart, which is at 972. So even if somebody was trying to go to this premium, this previous high, the previous high or this premium, there is a target in a way, and it just missed it. Actually, right here, and it pulled back, and now you're seeing this trying to probably make that push up to this next previous high, possibly. That's what it should do, but it may not. It may come back down and just dump, hit this level, and then make the move. So don't get greedy. Don't get, you know, adamant on it having to go anywhere other than if something's in the way, you get out. We just do what the chart says. That's all. Just do what the chart says. Don't try to force the chart to do what you want it to do. Do what the chart is showing. And I feel like if we trade like that, you're gonna win. Some days are gonna suck. Some days are gonna be where, I had 2 days in a row, only made like 100 and some change. All right, whatever. I made money. That's all that mattered to me. I didn't get my goals for the day. I've tried to make 2 trades a day, try to get $25 moves on each. But if it doesn't give me that, then it just doesn't give me that. I take what I can. Yeah, I wanted to take this trade this morning. I saw this, but there was no red. What am I gonna do? I'm not running the strategy Jamal was running just yet. So, and you might say, well, why not? Well, because I'm kind of just want to deal with waiting for the red candles. There's no real reason. It's not like this strategy doesn't work. It works. I just like to stay focused with one strategy, really. But it doesn't hurt to move to have two strategies. If one presents, you could take it. If the other, if the other one doesn't, then you have two options here, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And you guys don't need to see a buy signal. You just need to see it hit the discount inside of a buy zone, and once it closes above the Jurek line, you can take the trade. That's all you need. You don't need buy and sell signals. It's actually gonna tell you the same thing anyway. The buy signal was something I created because this is years ago. Whenever I was first trading, you know, whenever I was still very new to the trading, and still trying to learn and trying to make things a little easier for myself and for um, people like OG Mall. We've been trading for quite some time together. Um, it was created for us to be able to eliminate emotions. If there's a buy signal, then why don't you get into the trade? It was meant for that, to eliminate emotion, the buy and sell signals. We used to trade buy signal to sell signal. If a buy signal came in, you only get out if a sell signal appears. And we were making money that way. We were trading options. That's a whole different ball game. I'm not gonna even talk about options. Options is a little annoying to me. This is why I'm doing futures. Futures is a lot more realistic when it comes to price. You know, when it comes to options, you got decay, and you could have been in at this price here, and even if it pushed up, because the option you picked, you're only making 2%, or right now you could be negative 5%, and it's right where you bought at, but because of time, it didn't move fast enough, you're now negative. So I don't like that. I think that's pretty silly, you know. And I got tired of it. We made money. We made some good money off of it, trading options. I'm not gonna sit here and act like options don't pay. It's just I got tired of the silliness that option does, and you one strike, off from the correct strike that you should have been in, and now you're not getting the money that you're supposed to get, you know. Or it is pushing pre-market, and then by the time the market opens, because of the move that it did, and by the time the market opens and it pulls back, now you're only making, a few percentage versus you should have been making, 50% on the trade. Now you're only making 15%, 20%. So it was just very annoying when it comes to options. And I'm sure whoever's on here that traded options, you probably agree with me, but I know there's people out there that they they swear by options, and that's fine. It's fine. Because yes, you do make money with it. It's just I personally I can't deal with it anymore. I like the fact that if I get in at 916 and it goes in my direction, I'm making money. You know, there was times where I got into trades where the thing, of earnings, I got in and it gapped up drastically, and I still didn't only still seeing a negative. It's just that thing is crazy, because the strike that you picked. And even if you are in the money or deep in the money, and they're still not paying as much because it was a week or 2 weeks that it was going opposite your direction, and now by the time that it makes a move for you, now it's not paying as much or it's not paying anything at all. You're still negative. So yeah, options is not it's not for me. It's not for everybody. Everything's not for everybody. Futures is not for everybody. Options are not for everybody. Stocks is not for everybody. You know, everybody needs to figure out their own ways of what works for them. Yeah, so what time is it right now? It's 9:03. Sorry guys, I was on a call. That's gonna probably happen quite often today, to be honest with you. Um, it's gonna be a little bit of a busy day for me, but we're gonna stay focused. We're not gonna let that distract us. It doesn't matter how whatever happens is the fact that we're still waiting for a red candle. We're waiting for price to hit into this buy zone. We're waiting for a red candle to show. We're waiting for price to close above that Jurek line with a red candle or orange, and we're gonna take the trade. So even if I'm on a call, I will be in this trade once it presents. So it's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Yeah, guys, again, check out those audiobooks. One is called The Backwards Law, and the other one is called How to Control Your Mind. You could just listen to it while you're folding laundry or whatever, driving in the car. I listen to it a couple of times a day, to be honest with you. It helps, you just get that memory of what you're supposed to be doing. And you have to listen to this stuff multiple times until it becomes a part of you. You want it to be so ingrained into you that your subconscious has no choice but to follow. It won't be able to do anything else. Even if somebody else is doing something else that you see is working, you're not gonna follow them because you know you're following only your strategy. It becomes subconscious, and now your subconscious is actually trying to protect you. So it does everything that feels like safety, and after a while, the strategy is going to be your safety. So you're not going to deviate. It's going to be now hard for you to deviate from the strategy. It's hard for me to say I'm just jumping in right now. I can't. I couldn't do that. There's no reason for me to do that right now. I'm just going to grab the short. There's no reason for me to grab a short. I understand and it looks like it's a good move to grab, but I know that's not my strategy. So I'm not grabbing a short. I don't care how far it dumps. Until this 15-minute chart trend changes to bearish, I am only looking for buys. And that is it. And nothing else matters to me. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna watch our mistakes today. I made a big mistake Monday where I thought I blew an account and I didn't. Um, but it did. I left a order in. I didn't clear all of my orders. So after I was out of the trade, there was a stop loss that was still pending. So it triggered and then it just liquidated me for the day. I thought I was liquidated on the whole account. So I opened up another account um, and started trading on that one. And then a few days later, I realized that account wasn't, it was still active. So I took a trade on it Friday in order to start making money on it. Um, yeah, again. So yeah, the stats are kind of messed up, but I didn't go against the strategy. I didn't do anything crazy. It was just, I forgot, I was busy that day and I was kind of rushing. And so I was out of town doing things that, that's why I really don't really trade whenever I'm out of town because I'm very busy whenever I'm out of town. Um, but now I'm in front of my charts, it's fine. I'm not, I don't make mistakes like that. But don't worry about what I'm doing, so much, guys. Just even if I do something I'm not supposed to, you guys should be still following the strategy. Like I'm human. I can make a mistake and I can get into something I'm not supposed to because I thought I saw something, or whatever. So that could happen. You guys, should be fully focused on your stuff and understanding that I'm human and I can make mistakes. So be aware, even if you do follow my trades, be aware that the trades that you're getting into, don't use me as like your your entries and exits because even I make mistakes. I don't make a whole lot of mistakes. It happens. It's just the fact that I can make a mistake. So I don't want you guys, holding me accountable for for the mistakes that I make and saying that it was my fault that you blew your account. And in actuality, you shouldn't be blowing your accounts. It's not really the strategy is not geared to blow accounts. The only way you could blow your account is if you're doing something not supposed to, or you're doing something like how I did where I left the order in and didn't make sure all of my orders were cleared before I shut down my charts. You gotta with TraderVate, you gotta watch those pending orders. If you leave it, it doesn't erase after you get out of a trade. If you are man, if you kind of click out manually, it doesn't it doesn't um it doesn't erase those trades for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't like TraderVate. I feel like they need to really update their charts, their platform. And there's no reason for them to not. I mean, this platform has been like this, I don't know for how many years. They haven't done no updates on this whatsoever.
Paying attention to where we are right now, like it's setting up for an entry.
Yep. What time is it? It is 9:09. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a buy zone that we are in right now. Let's see, I needed to have adjusted it. You can see right here, the 46,000. So we're in a buy zone. So if we do get this to turn red, we could take this trade. There is a fair value gap down here, two fair value gaps. I would like to see it drop down into those areas more so, but if we do get a red candle from here, we could take this trade. I gotta take this call. You'll see me if I take the entry. For some reason it didn't pick up, but yeah, okay. So this would be if this was red, this would have been perfect because look how it is on there on that Jurek. I mean, the rate of change is low, but it's not. So even this, you can see we're not taking a trade. It's not red, so we don't care what it does.
And then it's gonna hit the top of the rate of change. They're gonna do it at like the same time.
Yep, more than likely, yep. That's probably what it's gonna do. Hit that 200, like you said, hit the 200 moving average, hit the rate of change. It's gonna be high, get rejected. Hopefully, pull back into this buy zone one more time for us, turn red, and get us a nice move to the upside.
Mm-hmm. It looked like the 15-minute was trying to squeeze. So if that's the case, it's probably gonna be perfect once the market opens.
Yeah, it might even at market open, we might end up being above the 200 moving average. It could pull in here, get us in above the 200 moving average, which would be good because we have the previous high is the next level, so we'll get a full $25 move. If we could catch it above the 200, if we have to catch it below the 200, we're not getting much of a move, unfortunately.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. They give us that 25.
Yeah, so we would have to come deeper into this buy zone and
Mm-hmm.
then present inside the buy zone to run up to the 200 for us to get a $25 move, which is what I really want.
And what I noticed when it does this, especially on the 1 minute, it expands those bands a little bit more. When them bands expand and we're down by the rate of change, that's when we had those really good pushes.
Hmm. Yeah, when it's tight, this is when it, where is it right tight? It gets tight right here, and you can see how it doesn't really make the push.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it made a small move up, it didn't really make enough to really say, oh yeah, this thing was trending strongly. As you can see here, the band was a little wider, and you can see how much it more it pushed, and then once it squeezed, it started slowing down and pulled back.
Yo, hit the bottom of the 200.
Take this call.
Come on, keep dropping.
All right. Yeah, guys, we're just waiting for this to pull back and get us some red. Usually we know that time 9:28, just like every day, 9:28, the volume really kicks in. So could it happen sooner? Yeah, it could happen sooner. There's no news today. We could go over the calendar real quick. Well, I shouldn't say there's no news today. Whenever I say there's no news, it's nothing like core CPI like how it is tomorrow, 8:30, um, or core PPI, retail sales, just showing Cleveland Fed inflation expectations is tentative, so they don't have a real time for that. At 10:25, Fed member Kugler speaks, 2 o'clock, federal budget balance. We're going to be done with the market way before 2 o'clock. So right now, it's really no news that's going to drive the market. Could these guys say something? Could this guy say something at 10:25 to make the market make something move? Yeah, it's possible. But it's not. Regardless, we're gonna wait for it to hit a buy zone for us to take entry. So it doesn't really matter what anybody says or anything like that. It just, it's just gonna trade the charts really. That's all we got to worry about. Just trading the chart. So even if this guy does, you could say I'm not gonna take any trades until there's no time to say because he's just speaking at 10:25. So you can't say I'm gonna wait till after he's done speaking. Unless you're gonna watch his speech. I'm sure there's a channel to watch him on. I don't know. I honestly don't even care because the chart is gonna tell me what this guy is saying.
Ain't that the truth? Charts don't be lying.
Charts don't lie, and targets don't lie. We'll move this for now so we get a clearer shot of what's going on. We don't really need to see that right now. A couple of videos ago, I already posted a link for that calculator. So if you guys want, you could plug in that calculator. You can also get it from TradingView. If you just type in daily target and consistency tracker, you'll see it, and it's going to be from me. I'll go Aspire. Um, so yeah, you could just go to indicators and you just type in daily target. Go here and just type in daily targets, and you'll see right here. It's not going to show because I'm the one who created it. But yeah, you just click on daily target tracker. You're gonna do plus win rate because I updated it. So there's two of them. There's one without the win rate, and this is the one with the win rate. So you could just click on that one once you just type in daily target and consistency tracker, fix plus win rate, and then you just download it, and it'll look like this. And then it'll give you your win rate as you plug in your wins versus losses. Um, you can change the amount value, your goal amount. It'll calculate everything for you. Right now, this is telling me I need to make at least $650 to stay on track to make the $6,000, and to stay on my consistency for 20%. But I don't have to make that number. I don't care about making that number. It's just giving me a guideline. I can make more. I can make less. It doesn't matter. But you don't want to go excessively over, $650. You want to stay within the range of the first, so of the highest profit, single day profit. So I want to stay within this range of $983. The strategy already makes me stay within this range because we're only doing one contract. We're only doing two trades, looking for two trades a day. We only max ourselves out at three trades a day. So it kind of keeps us in this range anyway. So once we get two trades of two winning trades, and let's just say both of them are $25, then we're done because we don't want to go too far above this $983, especially if they're both full $25 moves. That's $1,000 minus commission is going to put us like at 990 or whatever. Okay, erase this one because I just need that one. So yeah, we did exactly what we said we was going to probably do, which is hit that 200 moving average, be in an oversold state on the rate of change. It did exactly that. We expect this to probably pull back here and pull back into the buy zone. We're looking for, hopefully pulls down deeper into this buy zone and then gives us a nice push right back up with the red candle for us to get an entry. And we make an easy, quick $25 move, in and out, in and out. If you guys looking to see how I set up my charts, you can look at my past videos, and it shows you how I set up my charts with the with all the indicators and how do you get the charts to look just like mine. I walk you through all of that, so you guys can go ahead and back in my videos. And if you guys got any questions or whatever, throw them in the comments. If you need me to update a video, you feel like it should be better or whatever, throw it in the comment. I'll make a video over. I don't care. It's not a big deal. You feel like it wasn't clear enough? I didn't understand something? Could you just go over how to set up the chart again? Whatever, I'll do it. Just hit it in the comments. If you don't put it in the comments, I'm gonna assume everything is 100% good. But yeah, hit it in the comments, and I'll hook you guys up. I'll hook you up. See, this didn't even hit the the discount, even though it hit into the buy zone. I, me personally, I still would have taken this trade because it pushed into the buy zone, and then price closed above. I'm gonna show you my chart over here, the Thinkorswim chart. Again, you don't really need the buy and sell signals. You just need to make sure that it hits into a buy zone, and at least it was close enough to the discount, and you would have entered the trade here at 911, and then you would have been getting out at that 200 moving average. So your entry would have been at 904, and then you would have ran it up to 927. So you would have made like a little bit over a $20 move. And now that would have been a nice, let's say you made a $20 move for $400 profit on that play. I used to go $2 below the levels that I'm looking to get out at, $2 to $3. I'm out. I don't wait to hit it exactly because things will play tricks on you. They will do $2 away, $1 away, 25 cents away, and then they're dumping it. So I get out $2 to $3 before it hits that level to guarantee my profits. All right, we're getting orange. That volume's kicking in. What time is it? 9:25. 9:25. Make you feel alive. I'm gonna change this so I don't get mixed up. Yeah, so I'm gonna do limit orders and stop orders. Gonna be both left clicks for me. So I have to hit buy market, then I have to now go back down and put my stop losses in and TPs in. $9.28. Here we go. Volume should start picking up for us, and we should start seeing some red coming in soon. Guys, just gonna stay calm. We're not gonna get frantic about anything. We're just gonna chill out, wait for our setup to happen. When our setup comes, we're gonna execute the trade. Make sure you set your stop loss and TPs, and we're gonna look for it to pay us. That's really it. Right now, I got my copy trading on Tradeovate, so I'll be getting. There we go. He just hit red. So now if we got all we got to do is close above that Jurek line. We hit the buy zone with this red candle. And we just hit discount. Yeah, so we might be coming down to that fair value gap that I was talking about. Yep, we just now hitting it. Just hit that fair value gap, which is good. There's one more right down here. We could drop down to as well. If you look on this 15-minute chart, it's right down here. Until we close on the 15-minute chart, we are still bullish. We still only looking for buys. Until we close on this 15-minute candle bearish, that's when we'll switch over to sells. For right now, we're still only looking for buys. Looks like we're dropping into this buy zone down here. It says fair value gap right there. We could come all the way down into this range too. There's nothing but buying down here. We could have a strong pop. This candle doesn't close until 9:45, so we have until that time, but this should present for us, I believe, um, with the close above, and I think we're going to get in and out pretty quickly on this trade, in my opinion. We just hope that we don't um, get too close to the 200 moving average. So yes, that's what I wanted to see. I was just about to say, so I really want to see this pull down a little bit. So we have not room to make this climb. See how we're way oversold here. So the next candle I believe is going to close above this Jurek line. It could still stay under actually, and then the next candle after that should definitely, if we're going to go bullish, if we're going to stay bullish. So if not this candle, the 935 candle should close above and give us our move that we're looking for. Wait for our setup. Wait for our setup. Catch a nice easy trade. Right now there is a target that's in the way, 861.79. So we would get out around that price if it does present for us. We're gonna see how it presents, though. We can't say right now for certain. It might be above that level. Who knows? So we'll see. All right, this is gonna be a good trade. We just need to close above this Jericho line, and this should pay us very quickly. We're not gonna take the jump in just yet. We're gonna wait for it to close. We're not gonna be jumping the gun. All right, people, just be patient. Be patient. Because whenever our strategy presents, it pays. So just be patient for it. See, if you jump the gun, you'd be losing right now, and now you would be getting worried that you might now just get stopped out on this trade. So just be patient. Wait for it to present. Patience, people. Just be patient. Got a lot of room to go to 861. So if we present, we're gonna make a $25 move on this trade. We're gonna make our 25. So this is a good thing. It's doing what it's doing. Don't think that, oh man, come on. Just be patient for it. It's gonna give us our full 25. That's what we really want anyway. If somebody would jump the gun, they would just be losing, you know, thinking it was gonna do whatever. This looks like it might close for us above. Nope, it didn't close above. Ah, just missed it. This would have been a really nice entry because it's so close to its low. So the move up would be really nice. So we're looking for this candle right here to close above the Jurek for us to get in. As soon as it closes, we're gonna jump in. As soon as it closes above, get ready. I'm in. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Did something it's not supposed to. All
Order
right, now I
filled.
got in. This thing is acting stupid on me. Bring it down a little bit to the previous lows, just to give it some room to breathe. No, I didn't get into this trade yet. Showing this in. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it.
Stop filled.
I got stopped out, guys. I got stopped out. All right, we'll wait for the next trade. I'm gonna just do it on here because this thing is acting weird. Time is at 9:43. This is probably gonna hold to the downside, so we're probably gonna be going bearish in 2 more minutes. It's possible. Right now, we're still going for buys. So if we close above this Jurek line again, we're gonna be in buys. All right, we're not gonna take this trade if it presents because at 9:45 it's gonna close on this candle, and this candle is gonna be below the it's gonna change the trend. So this at 9:45 is gonna change to bearish. So do not take this entry for the upside. You're gonna leave this one alone. Do not take this entry for the upside. It's probably gonna still pay you, but do not take that entry. Leave it. It's 9:45. We close bearish. We close bearish. I expect this to push back up to a decent level for us to grab shorts. Do not grab those buys. We are bearish now. Okay, right around here is where it starts being bearish, right in this range. Turn that red. right there. Looking for that to hit into there. Hopefully we push up to this area right here, this equilibrium spot. You can see that there's some selling from right here. So hopefully we push into that area and then get a nice drop for us. It's gonna suck because you go watch. It's gonna go past our levels that we could have still made money on. Probably, maybe, maybe not. Yeah, during these morning times, you got to be willing to lose a little bit more. Unfortunately, we already lost 700 bucks for the day instead of just 500. But I'm confident on the next trade that we will make that money back, and then we'll get one more after that and put us in profit for the day. So we're looking at taking 3 trades today if the strategy presents. Um, if it doesn't, then that's it. We're done for the day. If it doesn't present, unfortunately. But yeah, we're looking for one more, at least one more trade. Yeah, for some reason my copy trading is not working, so I'm not gonna even try to do this on Tradeovate. I just leave it there, just like that. So here's gonna be one account. Now take another trade on another account. I have to switch back and forth. Well, I thought for sure this was gonna push and pay us right here. It looked like it was gonna do it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. We can't. This is what I'm saying. You can't predict it. We don't know exactly what it's gonna do, but we gotta follow the charts, and that's why we have stop losses. We don't try to let this go past our levels. Otherwise, you can blow your accounts. I wish I didn't take such a bigger hit than usual, but during this time we have to accept that that's what could happen. That the losses can increase. You don't have to increase your losses, but I wanted to give it some room to make the move. As you can see, it looks like it's gonna do the move that I was looking for it to do over here. It looks like it might do it soon to make that push up into the sell zone. I got to tell you, I was very confident in that trade paying us. I thought that was going to be it. I thought we were going to be in and out on this one fast, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Wait for the next trade. Hopefully that'll pay us nicely, get us our money back. It's so annoying when it does what you thought it was going to do after you got in the trade, and then it stops you out, and then it does the move that you were looking for. You know, it's very annoying. Based on what I'm seeing here, we're going to do over a $25 move to the upside. And some of you might be saying, well, why don't you get in? Because it's not my strategy. That's why I'm not getting in. It's not the strategy. So there's no reason for me to get in. I don't care that it does that. I just care about my strategy. That's all I care about. We'll put the stats in at the end of after we finish trading for the day. We'll put all of our stats in. We'll review it, where we're at. I don't care if I win or lose, honestly. I think that's the problem with most traders. They always care about winning. winning. And that also messes with your trading because now it's possible somebody tried to force this trade and buying more contracts. And yeah, you're winning now, but there's gonna come a time where it's just not gonna work. You add more and it doesn't work, and it just keeps on beating you down even further. And so now you, instead of you being only down 500 bucks, now you're down, you know, $1,800 because you wanted to add in that one extra contract trying to force it to win compared to just run the strategy. Who cares if you win? Who cares if you lose? If you already tested your strategy should already be well enough for you to say, I'm gonna just trade my strategy. It's strong enough for it to give me more wins than losses. So what does it matter that I lose now whenever I've been winning all of my other trades? Why does this have to win? Every trade doesn't have to win. We have in our minds and we are looking for every trade to win, but that's what stop losses are for. Because it may not win. It may not. And you don't want to exceed massive to create massive losses to where now you have to fight to gain all this money back. When all you have to do is wait for the next one and you would have got your money back off the next trade very easily. It's 9:52 right now. Looking for this to hit that sell zone. Make sure I got it marked the right spot. Oh yeah, it's slightly off. Right there. All right, we just hit that sell zone. So now if we turn red, we could take the short and we could drop it down to the only thing that's in our way right now is a target at 751 and discount, which is also at on 751. Here on TradingView it shows 757, but you can see we'll be making $25, going for that move. So yeah, we just needed this to turn red at this point. To the downside. See, you see what I'm saying? Like we would have been in, our entry was in around here, 791, and this would have given us our $25 move. So it's kind of annoying that I know what it was gonna do. Well, I shouldn't say I know. I had a strong idea this is what it was gonna do. So if we did take this trade, we would have made our money back off of this move, and now we could have waited for the short, made our money on that, and been up in profit for the day. But we don't know really what it's gonna do. We have to, and then you'll be going against the strategy. The strategy says once it went bearish, you're supposed to be only looking for shorts. So now you're going against the strategy. You're going against the trend of the market. And that's where you can start taking unnecessary losses. But this is what I thought it was going to do off of this move. This is what I was picturing it doing. And I thought it was going to do it way faster than what it did just here. I thought it was going to be like within a minute or two, we was going to see us getting tapped out. The way it pushed down so strongly, and then you could see I was trying to consolidate a little bit. It seemed as if it was going to make that push. Swept the previous low I saw and everything. Yeah, I was very confident in that move. But here we go, looking like shorts are going to present. And yeah, we'll see how we're overbought. So this is great. We just got to close below this Jurek line and we can be in there like swimwear. We don't care. We got no fear. I've seen this type of pattern. It's going to drop. We may consolidate a little bit before the drop, but it's going to have a nice drop for us. This is going to be a nice trade. Really nice trade. See that? Let's go. 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 Don't push down too much now. Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Just close in this range. Come on now. Don't get too crazy on me. Come on. Don't get too crazy on us now. All right, and we're in
Order
there.
filled.
We're in there, people. We're in there. So we got room to run to a $25 move. Yeah, $25 move we could make.
Order filled.
Cut that one. Stop loss. All right, I got my stuff set. And we got room to run. The 751 is the next target. That's the only thing that's in our way. 751.78. We're getting out at 771.25, so we are fine. We're not going to try to pull it down just because we lost $700. We're going to always stick with the moves that we're supposed to go for. It's $25 move, and that's what I'm sticking with. We're not going to add more because I need to make that money back. I don't care about that. I'm just leaving everything the way it is. Then we'll catch the next trade after. If it presents. If it presents, we'll catch the next one. That's all. But yeah, this should. I know this is going to come down to the previous low. I shouldn't say I know. We have a strong idea. It's going to come down to the previous low, 746.50. Um, there's really no reason for it to not come down to that level. And that means there's really no reason for us to not get our 771.25 level hit. Even though it's acting like a butt head right now. If you want to, you can move your stop loss up a little bit to give it some room, just in case. It shouldn't come to stop us out. We should go straight to getting tapped out. Make sure you have your TP set. Make sure you have your stop losses set. Don't fool around with that. Don't fool around with that. It's not worth it. Just adjust your stop losses. That's all. You should be able to walk away from your computer right at this point, knowing like everything is set and I'm just gonna let it do whatever it has to do. That's really how you guys should be trading at this point. You set it up, it's already done. You got your TP and stop losses in. All right, there's nothing else to do. We're waiting for it to pay us now. Now, if you see profit, you like what you're seeing, that's up to you. You could close out the position. If you're just like, I'm good with this profit, then close it out. But other than that, yeah, you should be able to walk away from your computers and just know that you got your stuff set and we pray that it taps us out in our profit. That's all we could do. I know this is going to drop a lot more. We got a huge gap to fill on the charts from last night. It's all the way down here, as you can see. There's a huge gap here. So it's going to eventually hit this level. Is it going to do that today? I don't think we're going to do that today. That seems extreme for it to do that today, but it could do it, you know. I wouldn't put nothing past the market at all. It could do it. So it's acting a little silly right now, like getting close to tapping us out and then popping and just like, come on, just give us our money. Stop playing around. Stop playing around. Just give us our money. You know what I'm saying, people? You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to play around with us. Getting so close. Just stop. Thank you. Just give us our money.
Order
There we go.
filled.
We got filled. There we go. There we go. Oh, make sure you clear off your stop losses and TPs. Make sure everything is cleared. If you have to hit exit at market and cancel if you not paying attention. That's you saw how the order got filled for me, right? But I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but on Tradeovate it held the stop loss. So now if I wasn't paying attention, it would have filled me at the stop loss if it decided to push up, filled me at that stop loss, and if it decided to change trend, it would have. That's what happened to me the other day, and then I ended up getting liquidated for the day. All right, so we're gonna get one more. The cool part is I made money today on I made 494 on one account, but took, I'm only up, what is it? I'm still down on this account, 256. So the next trade will put me in profit of 200 and some dollars for the day once we catch the next trade, if it gives us a full $25 move. If so, uh, hopefully it gives us that full $25 move so we could be in profit for the day because I'm only doing maximum 3 trades a day. I don't want to exceed that. There's no reason to exceed that. You need to create rules. You got to create boundaries for yourselves. You can't just, I'm seeing people doing 36 trades, 68 trades a day. I mean, it's it's excessive, in my opinion. It leaves too much possibilities of losing, you know. But everybody's strategy is different. So I can't knock anybody for it. I'm just giving my personal opinion. I feel like it's a little excessive for somebody to take um, that many trades. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. All right, so if we push back into the sell zone again, we're looking for the same thing to happen. We're looking for us to get an entry whenever the candle's red and looking for an entry below the Jurek line for us to catch those trades. All right, it's 10:03. No, like 2 weeks ago, we were already done for the day with 2 trades normally, 2 to 3 trades already. The market has shifted a little bit. I could tell a lot of our trades we were presenting pre-market, and now everything is kind of starting last week and now going into this week, we could see that we were really not getting that volume until open, um, which is fine. Whenever the strategy presents, we're looking to take it, so it doesn't really matter. Um, and we're not looking to try to meet a goal of we have to be done with the market, before market even opens. If the strategy presents like that, then great. Then we have an early day. But we know at 11 o'clock, by 11 o'clock, the volume changes and starts slowing down drastically. So usually, wherever I'm at for the day, usually by 11 o'clock, I'm shutting it down anyway. Um, so yeah, if I don't get another, um, if something doesn't present before 11 o'clock, then I'm not gonna take it after 11 because 11 o'clock is very, the volume dies down and chances of it even presenting, is very low. I we're kind of in a sell zone right here right now. You know, this one is a tricky one. This is a tricky one of where the buy zone is. I mean, sorry, the sell zone is at. We're kind of in a small sell zone. But oh no, see how that volume just shifted? This is now more selling. There's more buying here than selling. Same thing here. So most of the selling is up this way, up here. So anything that presents in this range really isn't the best entry. So we're gonna target this fair value gap. And it's okay if we miss the trade, we miss the trade. Don't feel like even if it presents right now and turns red and starts paying, because we are in a small sell zone. If we miss it, we miss it. We don't care. You're gonna find that most of your days, if you lose, your days are small. Your losses are small, while your winning days should be larger. once I show you guys my stats, I'll explain a lot of stuff of what happened last week. But last week, don't hold me to that because I was very busy last week, so I was catching what I could whenever the strategy presented, and I did um, I did mess up one account, made a mistake, but and then I didn't trade whenever I was able to, so I missed the trade, so the profits could have been a lot larger. Um, and then I got out of some trades early because I was busy and I had to take care of some things. So don't hold me to what you see so much on the stats. It shows profits, but the profits were small. And I'm not gonna act like every day is gonna be big. Yeah, some days they're gonna be small, some days they're gonna be large, and some I'm not gonna even mention some days will be. No, our goal is to win every single day. Can we lose? Yes, we can. But our goal is not to lose. Our goal is to win every day. Our goal is to make profit every day. We're trying to put money in our pockets, not take money out of our pockets. That's our goal here. But yeah, we are going to we're gonna get this for sure. We're just gonna wait for the strategy to present, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not gonna force anything. And you guys might be saying, well, why didn't I go in with, in the second trade, why didn't I go in with like two contracts? Well, because the account can't handle two contracts based off my rules. Account can't handle two contracts. Account can only handle one. I like to stay within 10% of the account value in order to take a trade. So if the account cannot take a loss of more than 10%, then we can't go in initially, meaning the initial trade has to be within 10% of the account. So I can't do two contracts until the account gets to $10,000 in profit. It's just what it is. I cannot do two contracts until the account gets to 10,000. And that's when, if you look at it, if you think about what I'm talking about, $10,000, 10% of $10,000 is $1,000. So whenever I do two contracts, I'm saying that I'm willing to lose only 10% and I'm willing to gain only 10% on each trade that I take. So now this allows the account to still grow where it's not getting destroyed. It's still taking a big hit once you take $1,000 hit, but it's not getting annihilated. Right now the account it just dropped below $2,000. And so imagine me going in with two contracts and I was only up $2,000. I'm losing 50% of my profits in one trade. That's too much. So in order to eliminate that huge loss, I'm I'm doing what the account technically is able to handle right now based off of what they say that you're allowed to lose in order to liquidate the account. So initially, I'm starting off with a $4,000 balance. So if you imagine yourself going in with $4,000 cash of your own personal account, I still wouldn't trade NQ to be honest with you. I will wait for it to get to, I will go in with 5,000. So I will wait for my account to be at 5,000 to now say I'm going to trade one contract of NQ because now that's 10% of $500 is all I'm going to be losing. But that's also all I'm going to be gaining per trade. Now, knowing that I during this morning time, I know between 9:30 and 10 o'clock the volatility is a lot higher, so I usually set my stop loss a little further, which exceeds my 10%. But this account, you know, we're kind of playing that small ratio of, all right, I went to 12% instead of it being at 10%. I'm not going crazy drastic and going so far away from my 10% mark. Um, to where now I'm doing two contracts. That's where you're going really far from initially, and then having to set your stop loss a little further from there, you're now exceeding way past 10%, too far past 10%. So yeah, we want to stay in that range of 10%. So I cannot touch two contracts until my account hits. Let me make sure this other account didn't do anything funny. Make sure there's nothing still pending there. Yeah, we don't want to do anything too funny. Yeah. So yeah, that's really it. we want to stay within our range and not worry about it so much. I gotta take this call. I'm still here. You guys will see if I take a trade or not. I'm looking for it to push into the sell zone. Once it pushes into the sell zone, I'm looking for a red candle to present, and then I'm looking for it once it closes below that Jurek line. I'm looking for it to be red or orange. But I need a red candle, just like how it happened here. Red first, and then it stayed red. Orange came in, but I jumped in this short and got paid. Looking for something similar or better. All right, it is getting closer to this level that we're looking for it to push into. We are hitting a small sell zone on this 1 minute chart. As you can see here, it hit this right here, right here. We'll mark that because if we do get rejected from here, we could take the short if it presents. I'm hoping it doesn't present from here, to be honest. I don't want it to present from here. I would like to see it push right into this level, right at the highs. And we just missed it. But all of this is still, we're in the sell zone. If it presents, I feel comfortable taking a short from here if it presents, because we got very close to it. I've seen that happen to where it got close to something and then just dumps drastically. Because we do have the previous high as a resistance. So if it does get rejected here, it's a safe trade for us to take. Remember, we're looking for this to turn red. We're looking for this to turn red. We only got orange. We're looking for this to turn red. So hopefully that volume kicks up for us, gets us in. If this could turn red for us, man, this is gonna be beautiful. Just turn red for us. Just turn red. Come on. Come on, turn red. All right, we're not taking it. We're not taking this. It didn't turn red. This could consolidate from here, or dip down a little bit, and then push right back deeper into here, and then we'll probably see a nice strong move. So hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully that's what happens for us. But we are not taking these yellow candles. No, no, no. No, no, no. And if by 11 o'clock, if it doesn't present for us, then I'm shutting it down. Because the volume lowers a lot more after 11. And the strategy probably won't present anyway. If you guys want to stay on, continue to trade, that's up to you. But 9 times out of 10, the volume doesn't present for us to take a trade. The strategy doesn't even present. So I usually don't even care what happens after 11. Sometimes I see it does present, whatever. But 90% of the time, no, it doesn't present. So I don't really care. I shut down my charts. So I'll look at it at the end of the day, see what showed up or whatever. To me, it's not worth. once I'm done for the day, I don't. This is made to try to create more freedom for us, not to keep us in front of a desk 24/7 all day. Then what's the point of doing this? Then go get a regular job. Go get a regular job if you want to trade. If you want to trade all day like this, then go get a regular job because you'll be safer doing that compared to sitting in front of the chart all day trying to find every little opportunity. That's where you're going to create more risk. You're going to expose yourself to being in the market a lot more, and after a while, you'll still probably have losing days, and then your losing days could exceed way past what you were expecting. Or you have a couple of losses, and then you finally do get a win, and you know you only up $50 for the day after all that, after all those hours of sitting in front of the chart. And there's some days you can have some slamming killer days where it's going to pay you sitting in front of the chart all day, pay you $2,000, $3,000 for the day. But is it really worth it? I don't think so. My time is more important. So if I'm able to execute a trade, I knew this was going to pay. Like I said, it was going to probably push down and then turn. Now I'm looking for it to push back up into the sell zone a little deeper, but it didn't give us the candle colors that we were looking for. We were looking for red, and it only gave us orange and yellow. We don't take those trades. We don't take those. It's not the strategy. Even though it did pay the $25 move, I would have been done for the day. But you all will learn in the end. It's going to be more beneficial that you just wait for your strategy than to take trades that are not the strategy. And the only reason why you would even consider that is because of the first loss you took. If you didn't take a loss, you would really not even care about this because you took the second trade, that one only. Let's just imagine you only took this trade right here. Now you really wouldn't even care about this. You really think about it. You would say, oh, the strategy didn't present yet. But now because you took the loss off this trade and you're still negative for the day, now all of a sudden you care about this. No, we don't change. We stay with what the strategy is. We don't care about winning or losing. We care about following the strategy. That's all we care about. Nothing else. We don't care about anything else other than following the strategy. Then if you follow the strategy, win or lose, you had a fantastic day. Because by the end it's all about what happens at the end of the week. That's really the main objective here. How did I perform after the whole week? A week's worth of pay. I made how much now? Focus on one or two bad trades. That's usually where you start spiraling into way worse losses. But if you don't care about it, if you don't worry about it, and you just trade the strategy, condition your mind to not care. Condition your mind to have no fear in this. Condition your mind to only do one thing, and that's to follow the strategy. Then after the week, how did you do? After the month, how did you do? After the 6 month, how did you do? After the year, how did you do? Just following the strategy only, nothing else. How did you do? Remember, our job is only to execute our strategy, not to win every trade. We are the casino, not the gambler. Each trade is just one of many. Our edge plays out over time. We will only take trades that fit our strategy. That's it. But we know over time our strategy is a winner. We already know that. So if I'm plugging in stats now over the other, just off this strategy so far, how did that perform? We got one win, another loss. We're at what percentage now? 77%. And even if we stayed at 77%, that's still amazing. That still means we're going to make profit. I had a feeling it was going to probably drop. I was hoping it was going to hit this sell zone and give us some red and drop, but present for us to get that entry. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And people might say, well, why don't you just take anything that has decent volume? Because sometimes it doesn't work out. And I know that if the red is there, the chances of it working out are a lot higher. I only want to take the high probability trades. I don't want to take anything that gives it where it's a lower probability. If you say to me, or if I say to you, if you only wait for red candles, it gives you a 95% chance of winning. If you wait for yellow candles, it gives you a 50% chance of winning. If you wait for the orange candles, it gives you a 70% chance of winning. Which one are you going to take? I'm going to take the 95% one. I'm not going to take anything else. If you tell me 95% chance I'll win waiting for a red, then I'll wait for that. Definitely not going to go for yellow for 50%. And then orange, I'm like, 70% is not bad. You know, 70% is not bad. Yeah, it's not. But that other 30% could just stop you out unnecessarily. And now your losses for the day went from negative 256 to now it's negative $700. And all you had to do was just call it a day at the 256, negative 256. It sucks. This sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Watching this just dump like this, whenever we knew it was gonna drop from here, we knew it was gonna just dump. Now it's coming in red. It should have been red up here, man. What are you gonna do? We're not taking a trade here because this is a discount. So just because this went red down here, it's not the trade you want. Everything's oversold. You're hitting discount. You're not gonna say, oh, it's red now. Now I'm gonna take the short once the next candle opens up. No, we're not gonna do that. We need it to be red up here. Right, right. We needed it to be red on one of these two candles. If it was red on one of these two candles, we could have been in the short. But then also, once it closed below, this candle needed to be orange at least. Then we could have took the short from here at 1019, and that would have paid us nicely. So even though this would have been red, we still don't want to see yellow after red. Whenever it closed below, we wanted to see orange with the close below at least. So red here, orange, or if it was red, orange, orange, cool, we could have took this trade. But there was no red. There was no red since over here, down here. So no, we're not taking that trade. It's too much orange and yellow, telling us the volume is dying. Even though the orange means high, high volume, the red means extreme high. It's possible that the market is shifting and that we need to make an adjustment on our settings. That's possible. So if we go over to this right here, the heat map, and I bet you if we drop that down to 2, it might show red now. Let's see. Nope, still doesn't show any red. So yeah, doesn't matter. Let's see. We have to probably drop that down to 1.5. No, it probably have to drop it down to 1 because 1.5 is still showing orange. So this has to be 1, while this one was, um, let's just say 0, yeah, 0.5 on that one. This one had to be like 0.25, like that. And so now you got red. You see that? So now you could have took that short, but you're kind of forcing it. But it's possible that the market is shifting when it comes to volume. And so these settings may not be as the best settings anymore based off how the volume could be shifting, the market is shifting. All right, so we got a sell zone right here. And it's still 1031. We could still push back up into here and present. You know, that won't present until 1045 candle. Now it'll go right there. This sell zone right there. And then 1045 up might give us our entry just before 11 o'clock. And that volume might hopefully stay high enough to give us a short, hopefully. And this could move up a little higher before it presents or closes, because we close at 1045 right now. It's 1032, so we got some time. So don't take this short just because it pushes into here. Right now, this is still forming. So we're still looking at this short, and this level could raise up a little more. So as you're going to see this push up, it could push this fair value gap like that, and then close here, and the next candle opens up, pulls down a little bit, pushes up, and then dumps. So don't take the short here just because I marked it here. It's not fully done yet forming. If we come back over here, actually, let's take a look to see. As you can see, there's not much selling in these ranges until up to here, up in this range. So really, you need to wait for it to push into these levels, or we wait for this to finish closing on this 15-minute chart to form to tell us, yeah. So yeah, believe it or not, we could very well run right back up to here at 1045 and then plummets. It could plummet, giving us a nice fast short. Recovering some of this. I'm probably going to recover the whole thing, possibly. Might do that today. Cover this whole move and hit this 537. That's a previous high on a 4-hour chart. That 537 level I have there. Um, so yeah, I expect it to more than likely come back down and test that. That could happen today. That could happen after hours. That could happen tomorrow morning. We don't really know. I just expect it to definitely retest this 537. Based off of how it looks like we're going to do that today. Um, but we're not, nothing's 100% certain. We're just taking an educated guess. And that's it. We're not going to dwell on anything if Again, you guys can trade it till whatever time you want. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. I'm shutting it down on 11 because I already know volume usually dies down after 11 o'clock. Um, there are times where, yeah, volume kicks in at 12 o'clock and it presents. That could happen today. So if you all want to wait for that to present, I'm not going to be on. But if you wanted to wait for that to present for you, you're very well welcome to do that. But I'm not going to waste my time sitting in front of a chart all day. You know, I'm not doing that. The furthest I go is till 11 o'clock. I've already been on since 8 o'clock. That's 3 hours. That'll be 3 hours at 11. So that's more than enough time. I'm good. What's nice is that one account I did make profit on for the day. On another account, right now I'm negative for the day. It's kind of sucks, but for some reason the copy trading is not working. I don't know why. I guess it's a good thing that it didn't work for me today because I was still able to make money on one account. And unfortunately, if this one presents, it may not even give us a full $25 move. Unfortunately, for what I'm seeing here, based off of things being in the way, you know. Just want to show you guys my take a swim chart. You can see how if you followed the sell signal, it was a nice move. You can see sell signals here, but this is if you take this, you don't have much room to move down. Um, you also can see like the rate of change, it could still push up more. So you'll be taking something, you're risking something that could just turn around and push up into that sell zone and then dump. Um, so it's not worth taking this short at this point. This is a waste of time, really. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate that this did not present red in this range. It's so unfortunate. I wish the volume was high enough. That would have been it for the day. I mean, in this few candles right here would have paid us. You can see how we consolidated here. And you can see how it didn't really push down much further. Like I would have been targeting, if you target the previous low highs and lows, this made sense for it to push down to here, but it didn't. Look what it did. It turned around, pushed up, and then it dumped. So if you still held through, you'd have been, it'd have been kind of nerve-wracking seeing this just climb all the way back up like this to possibly stop you out. And that means your stop loss had to be above this previous high, which your stop loss would have been really, really way past a $500 loss. So to take that risk because you're getting kind of greedy because you wanted to get this win so bad of what you lost, all it did was possibly stop you out. And now you couldn't even take this trade because it never presented. Or you got stopped out and then you're watching this just climb down drastically. And that creates frustration. And then it messes with your psyche. And the next thing you know, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. And next thing you know, your account is blown. All because of this one trade. Really because of this one. All because of this one. You let everything dictate. You let this one dictate the whole rest of your day and your mood. and shift you into doing stuff you shouldn't do. And then now you're either negative way more for the day. Maybe you got lucky and you actually made this profit. I don't know. It's possible, but a lot of times, more than likely, you probably would have took the loss because it was exceeding, you know, your losses pretty badly. Oh yeah, that's right. China and U.S. we ended up making some type of deal. It looks like I think for the next 90 days or something like that. Um, so that's why the market climbed so much. And at 3 o'clock, that's usually the Asian market opening up. So that's why we had another big push at that time. So we had a big push last night because Trump announced that there was something in the making, some deal is coming across, and then the deal, some news was posted around this time saying what it might have been, and then Asian markets open, and so you get this another big push up from the Asian markets, and now we're playing around in this range. More than likely, again, we're gonna come and fill this gap. It may not be this week, but we're gonna eventually fill this gap. I promise you that we're gonna fill this gap. So they're gonna say something that's gonna make it pull back into this gap. Is it gonna be today, tomorrow? Who knows? Let's look at what's the news might be um, for the rest of this week. That could drop it down. Okay, right there. Powell speaks on Thursday morning, 8:40. So who knows what this guy might say? That unemployment claims, whatever he says, that's the day. Thursday could be the day that we pull back into that fair value gap, not fair value gap, into that gap and fill that gap fully, and then we could be bouncing back up on Friday, pushing right back up and reclaiming these highs that we're seeing now. Our volume is staying pretty strong right now. It's orange. Um, it should push up until at least this level here, this green line right here. This is what we should push up into at least right around there. It's the average level based off of the order block that's there. So the order block is very large. It's from here to up here. This is the average level. So if we do push to anywhere that we could get rejected from, it's going to be more than likely here. And then again, we could push up as far as this fair value gap up here. So as you can see now, like I was saying, don't grab a short. It didn't present, but you can see why I was saying don't, because it didn't fully form yet. That fair value gap didn't hold. If it held and it has another 2 minutes, one more minute now, if it held, then it made sense for this to push into that fair value gap and probably get rejected. But it cleared out the fair value gap, and now we only have room to push up into this sell zone here. And more than likely that's where it's going to go, back into the sell zone here. And you could tell too, because this is where we got rejected from right here before it made this bigger drop. So more than likely we'll tap right into there, into, touching into this part, the lower part of this sell zone. I don't think we're going to go as this high. I think we're going to just stay right in this range right here and then get the rejection down. And hopefully it's red. I hate seeing this, what it did to us. It didn't give us the opportunity to get in. Um, but yeah, it's like I said, it's possible we need to adjust the settings. I'm not going to. I'm gonna leave everything the way it is. Um, because I feel like sometimes you try to adjust settings, it reverts back to the original anyway, eventually. So yes, it might work for you for this week, but then next week is getting you into some really bad trades. So we don't want to keep on shifting settings, just try to make things work for us. Leave things the way they are. I just showed you how it looked. I did some adjustments on it. Um, and you have to drop it down too low. It's only saying based off those numbers that I adjusted. Whenever you go to this, uh, whenever you adjust these numbers down here for these candles to turn red, orange, yellow, change the color. So extreme high, extra high means it's 300% above the average of volume. This high multiplier means it's 150% above the average. So we're looking for really strong volume with this. I gotta take this call. Be right back. All right, it is 10:48. Yeah, I'm looking for this to push up into this level right here. Um, yeah, but as you can see, we're getting a lot more yellow, mostly orange, yellow, and it's already 10:48. If we get red, I'll be very surprised at this time. And I'm not touching it. Even if it turns red right now, I'm not touching this. I'm waiting for it to hit the sell zone. So if it turns red and starts dumping, it is what it is. This is what I analyzed, and this is where I believe it's gonna run to for my sell zone. And unless it's hitting this level, I am not touching it. And we gotta stay adamant for the levels that we read. We can't start jumping all over the place and start picking random stuff just to make it force it to work. No, I can tell this needs to push to this level, and if it doesn't, then we're just missing out on the move. It is what it is. We'll keep it moving. Tomorrow's another day. Don't work today. Don't work today. It's okay. Guarantee you, we're gonna make the money back tomorrow. I promise you, you'll make the money back tomorrow. I promise you. Hopefully, whoever followed me with that first trade, or whoever saw me on that first trade didn't take it. Maybe hopefully you missed it and quote it with me on a second trade, and hopefully that is where you're at today, up $494 in profit. Um, so I hope that's where you're at. I'm up. That's what I'm up on one account right now. I'm down on another account. So in the end, I still make money for the day. And it's okay if you guys want to open up two accounts to do something like that. Um, You could do that. Whatever makes your mental space good. That's really the key here. Whatever you could do to make your mental space good, that's really what's going to make you win. Is that your mentality is clear. That's really the key here. That the mental is clear. If your mental is not clear, that's when you're going to start doing stuff that don't even make sense. And then you'll look back and like, I don't even know why I did that. It's because your subconscious, you didn't rewire your subconscious yet. Your subconscious is making you do it. Your subconscious is making you think you have to get a trade because you're trying to meet this deadline. You're trying to pay this bill. You're trying to get the money for this or that. Erase all that. Your only concern is you traded your strategy. That's your only concern. And the money will come. Everything else will follow. Don't worry about deadlines. The money's coming. It's all coming. I know it's easy to say. I know it's easy to say, but trust me, listen to those audiobooks. You have to rewire your mind. You have to. That's what's going to make you a successful trader. Most of these traders that are out there that are successful, I guarantee you, if you really watch them, they're only doing one thing and they're trading their only strategy. That's all they're doing, and they don't deviate from it. And guess what? Even they lose trades. But guess what? Look where their accounts are at. They don't win every trade. Warren Buffett is probably one of the most known traders in the world. All right, but guess what? He don't win every trade either. Matter of fact, back during COVID, this guy was dumping everything he had because he thought the market was going to keep on dumping. He did opposite of what he normally says to do. Normally he says you buy the fair. He did opposite. He sold right along with a lot of people, and he took a beating. He lost so much money because he sold and didn't just hold and buy more. He went opposite and he lost. But guess what? Even with those losses, he's still okay. He's still a winner. So yeah, he's gonna make mistakes. He's only human. He's only human. And we're not trying to make mistakes. We're trying to just follow a strategy. And if he followed, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. If he followed his strategy, he would have been all right. Because his normal strategy is buy the fair. You see? And he deviated from his strategy. Ah, yeah, you guys didn't pay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He deviated from his strategy and he lost because he deviated from his strategy. So now, whenever he looks back, I know he's probably beating himself up probably till this day. I should have just followed my strategy and bought more. And that's all we're going to do here. We're going to follow our strategy. Don't worry about everything else. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing, how much money they're making. Don't worry about that. Worry about, did I follow my strategy today? If it's a yes, then you did an amazing day. Who cares what account is at? I followed the strategy. I had an amazing day. So whenever your wives ask you, your husbands ask you, your kids ask you, how did you do today? I did amazing. I did amazing. Oh yeah, how much you make? Ah, I didn't make much today, but I followed my strategy, and that's what made it so amazing. And some people might put you down about that. This is whenever you you do not accept what anybody else says. You only accept what your subconscious and your conscious is telling you that you did an amazing day. You are a successful trader. You follow what the market says. Your eyes are open to see what you need to see. Your mind is geared to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to follow the strategy and nothing else. And whenever you move like that, you will be successful. Life has no choice but to allow you to be successful. Still didn't hit our soul zone, got close to it, but it didn't hit it. It's 5 minutes away. Unless it presents in the next 3 minutes, I'm pretty much done. I need it to hit that sell zone. I'm not touching it. If it doesn't hit that sell zone, then I'm not touching it after it hits the sell zone if it doesn't give me a red candle. So I need two things to happen. I need three things to happen. I need this to hit that sell zone. I need it to turn red, and then I need it to close below the Jerick line. Then I'll take the trade. And this is going to be it's going to be a nice dump. I'm telling you. Once this drops, if it presents, even if it doesn't present, I know this is going to drop. It's going to drop down to the previous lows, 690. May see a consolidation first, based on how the 15-minute chart is looking right now. We could consolidate a little bit before it makes that bigger drop. Until 11 o'clock is whenever it's going to push into that sell zone. Based off how this is, 11 o'clock, between 11 and 11:15, I believe it's going to push into that sell zone. Yep, 1 more minute to go. You can see all this yellow. It's way too much yellow to be taking a trade here. Way too much yellow. I believe in the next candle we're going to push up on a 15-minute chart. I believe it's going to push up into this level again and dump. Actually, it may not, because in actuality, this candle here, this candle right here is kind of like a sell zone. So if you really bring this over to this, let me show you. So that candle right there is a sell zone. This candle. But even if, it's still, you can see how it didn't present, so it doesn't really matter. Um, yeah, we never closed above that candle. Retested the high there, but never closed above it. As you can see, it went to there. That was the high of that candle, and then it retested it right here on this candle, and that's where you got that drop. So if we put the sell zone here, still didn't present, which the sell zone was in this range anyway. It didn't present, and it dumped, and now is yellow. Um, but look at this. Look at this. If you grabbed it here, it seems like it was a good trade, and then what it would have done, stopped you out, and then now you'd been trying to get another trade. This one just paid you back your losses. So volume is just dying. It just died for us. Low volume Mondays. That happens too. Um, yeah, so here's the stats from today. I'm gonna show you. Uh, Here we go right here. It shows I'm at 83% win rate. I gotta fix my thing here because I had put I thought I had it correct. Maybe I did it incorrectly. Showing 77%, but maybe I have 8 trades and two. I think that's what it shows here, right? Oh, I got 10 trades, two. Okay, okay. I don't know. I must have done something by accident. I must have missed plugging in from Friday or something like that. Yeah, Friday was pretty busy, so I must have missed it. Okay, so we had, yeah, see 83.33. The same thing up there. You can see it says 83.33 right there. So it's the same thing. That is not gonna lie, so you know I'm not making it up and trying to fake it out. It shows you right here. I got 10 trades wins and 2 trades losses. So I'm not making it up. Today was the first two I got lost. In all these other days with nothing but wins. This is when I opened up the second account, and I got nothing but wins on those days. I got 2 trade losses, which was today. Oh, no, no, no. This was 1 trade loss. I guess I got a trade loss somewhere in those days. I got a loss on one of these days, and then today was a loss, and then I also caught a win. I caught a loss and I caught a win today. I guess that put me back to where I needed to be. Um, yeah, so that's really that for this account. This account, I'm at a profit of 1,800. Let's see the exact number. Oh, this account is this one. I'm at $1,839.80 in profit. Um, and the other account, I am at a profit of $349. This one is just devastating what happened. Like I said, I left the order in, didn't realize it was still there, and this one took away a huge amount of my profit for the day, or for the that I made in one day. I'll show you guys that in a second. Um, get that together for you so you can see that. Uh, Here we go. And this was the day it happened. You can see it was only 4 trades. I only do 3 trades. I did the third, and then I left that order in, and it did executed another trade on me, and I took a $2,700 hit, or $2,650 hit. I mean, and what sucks is that I wasn't even around. I'm just seeing that after the fact. So to see that after you already closed down and wondering what happened, you look back and you see that there was an order left open. So I thought I liquidated the entire account. As you can see, I didn't do any trades Wednesday, Thursday on this account because I thought the whole account was completely liquidated, but it was just liquidated for the day. So I traded on Friday and got some of that money back, and then today, now the account is back in the positives. So I made back um, um, some of that loss so far in over 2 days. Um, it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep on trading. So you can see I got 17 wins, 8 losses. Um, yeah, it's unfortunate, but things like that happen. We just got to be aware of what's going on with our charts. And even today, it was still left on, and then I had to exit out off. So if you have to make sure you pay attention to that on TradeRate, that it still leaves those pending orders there even after you get filled from your current order. If you have a stop loss still holding, it's not gonna erase it after you get filled on your profits that you're looking for. So you have to manually close that trade out. But yeah, this is where I'm at on this account, positive $352.56. And we're gonna keep on pushing. We're not gonna stress that. We're not gonna allow that to now dictate. I gotta get all that money back. Nah, they didn't do nothing. We're always blaming they. Who's they? We're always blaming market makers and all these other people and Tradeovate and Tradeify and all this other nonsense. I messed up. It is what it is. Keep trading the strategy. Don't let that bother you. Um, keep trading the strategy. That's all. We know the strategy works. Um, most of the time I'm winning. So it's like don't sweat the losses. You can sweat the losses, then you're creating problems for yourself. You can see here it's still not presenting strong volume. We're going now blue. The volume is now looking like pre-market. See how pre-market looks? Blue and yellow. This is why I don't really trade after 11 because this is what happens. You start getting blue and yellow. Sometimes even start getting gray. And I'm not trying to trade that. Blue means normal volume, and then gray means very low volume. So I'm not touching those. I gotta take this call. All right. Yeah, so we're not trading this volume. It's not worth it. But yeah, that's really it for me for today. I'm not gonna even try to do anything. Altogether, it shows I still made a profit for the day. Whenever you add up the two accounts together, I made $238 today. So still winning, still winning. Money's money, profit is profit. We will do this again tomorrow, and we're focused on making sure that we do one thing only, which is follow the strategy. That's really it. It was very unfortunate that this did not perform as I was expecting it to do, like this. Um, and then whenever this presented, we couldn't take the trade, even though I knew it was going to push because it turned bearish at 9:45, right whenever this candle opened. So you couldn't take the buys here. If it did it at 9:44, then yeah, we could have took the buys, but we couldn't do it at the same time that it held the trend to be bearish. If it was 1 minute before and it gave us the entry at 9:44, then yeah, I would have took that. I would have took that 9:44 entry and we would have caught this move and got our money back, and then we would have been able to then also still go for the shorts because now that trend held at 9:45. After we got into the buys, it paid, and now we would have been looking for the short, and we could have caught that move, and that would have been our three trades for the day and done, and would have been in the profit. Um, But if you guys did take that trade, be careful next time because that may not have worked out the way it did. It could have just done a little small move up, consolidated, presented a short, and then dumped. And now you'd have been taking another big loss. So don't think that because it did it this time, it's going to do it at the same way the next time. That's not how things play out. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't really do the same exact thing every single time. It'll have a slight deviation. I, I promise you, you could probably look at this and say, "Oh, I've seen this pattern before," but it may have done a small little move down and then turned around and pushed up. Same pattern, it just didn't do as of a bigger drop. It just did just enough to scare you and then turned around and pushed up and then tapped you out with your profit. So yeah, I've seen this pattern before, but it was very possible that it should have done this. That's what I was expecting. That's what I was really expecting. Um, I think that's really, I don't think there's anything else for me to review or talk about other than look back at the videos. Again, if you need to get the same settings, get the same chart set up, If you want to get to settings and chart setups that like I have on Thinkorswim, let me know. Um, and I'm happy to share with what I'm willing to share. Some things I'm not gonna just give away. I'm not even asking for money. I'm just not gonna give it out. There's certain things I'm just not gonna give up. But everything that you need is really on TradingView. Um, but yeah, if you want me to walk through how I set up my Thinkorswim, just hit me up on the chat, hit it in the comments, and let me know what you guys are looking for, so I can give you the content that you really need in order to help you. You know, what I'm giving right now may not be helping you as much as you would like. Maybe you need something a little more detailed or something less. I don't know. So just let me know what you guys are looking for, so I can provide that for you. And it's all for free. I'm not looking for any money. I'm not looking for anything. I'm doing this because I want people to make money, and I don't really care about um, trying to pull money from people. I'm getting my money from here. I don't. This is what I care about. I care about the money from the market. I don't care about money from people's pockets. So keep the money, and whatever you guys would like me to post or do, I'm happy to do it. I'm only focused on NQ, and I don't mind veering off to show you some charts on YM, some things on YM, but I'm not going to do any trades on YM throughout the day. I'm focused on NQ because my strategy works best on NQ. Um, but I don't mind showing you some stuff if you guys looking to. That's as far as I will go, is to show you some stuff on YM. If you guys looking for another ticker, um, just to give you a heads up. But yeah, NQ is my bread and butter, and I'm looking for that to perform for me. I've got to put in our stats for here. Forgot about that. Where we were negative two something. Gotta get the numbers again. Negative. Negative 256.40 for the day. Okay. So that puts us in for the day, 5 days. That's going to calculate everything for us and let us know what we need to make tomorrow in order to stay on track to make the 6,000 within for this 10 days. So the next 5 days, I need to be making $831.75 each day in order to get to that $6,000 mark within 10 days and to stay at the 20% mark. That's what this calculator is telling me without me having to do any work or trying to figure out anything. And then you can see where my account balance is at. So I don't need to open up my account again just to see this. I can shut down everything and still see what my stats are. Let me make sure that that's the exact number, because I think the profits I have to adjust a little bit to get the exact down to the penny. Um, Let me see. But yeah, I mean, you don't really need it down to the penny. It's not going to change much. This is very close to what I have on my account. Um, yeah, so it's $1,839.80 is what my actual balance is at. $1,839 because of commission, so somewhere in this range, I'm a little off, by $2. So if I wanted to, I could just bring this down to 80, 62, 60, 60, just say 60. Okay, 61. Yeah, so it's around there. So now I'm only like 60 cents off. So it's $1,839.80, and this is saying 1,024 cents. So I could bring this up and add in right here. Let's just say it's over here. I actually go right here and add in um 50, 56 to get me at the exact number. Oh, no. There it goes. That's the exact number of my account. So now make sure from moving forward, I just make sure I get the right exact numbers of profit for the day. May need to look on TraderVate. It seems like it's rounding out. Whenever you look at the journal, it's just rounding out the numbers compared to getting the exact number of what I should be exactly seeing for the day. Um, whenever I click on it, it shows. Let me show you guys this. So when I click on it, you can see how it's down here. It says 256.40, but up here it shows 256.36. So I'm putting the stats in from here, but you can see this is really the actual number that I actually lost for the day because it's taking that commission from it. So you can see my win rate today was 50%. I got one win, one loss. And you can see I got a $705, well, $710 loss. And this one is showing 454. So this is where it messes up. See, I messed up. I actually could have made more money. I should have made more money on this trade. This was supposed to be at 500, and I guess this put me at 460 profit level instead of it being 500. So I ended up messing up on that one a little bit, but it's okay. We're not gonna sweat that. It is what it is. Hey, you can see how blue volume is coming in. This is garbage. I'm not trading this. There's no way I'm trading that. And I'm telling you, every day it's the same thing. 11 o'clock, that volume just drops drastically. It's not even worth touching. But yeah, that's it, guys. You know, we still won for the day. Overall, between two accounts, we did take a loss on this account, but we're only down $256. We're gonna get this money back tomorrow in the first trade. And then the second trade is gonna put us right back in profit. So it's gonna be tomorrow. Right now, we have this account to where we are one day away from qualifying for a payout, which means that we have to be 5 days. Part of the requirements, 5 days of $200 in profit. So right now we got 4 days. Oh no, sorry, we didn't even get 4 days of $200 in profit. Wow, we just got winning days, but these 2 days didn't get 200. So yeah, it's all good. We're just gonna keep on doing what we gotta do. We'll have that 5 days and we'll meet the requirements. We're not gonna sweat that. Don't even worry about the rules really. Just follow, plug this stuff into the calculator. Just don't exceed the numbers, and you'll fall into line. The strategy is built to be consistent. The strategy is built for you to follow rules, and it's not going to allow you to overtrade. It's not going to allow you to try to exceed these numbers anyway. So you're fine. Just run the strategy, and you're going to be within the guidelines. Don't even worry about that. So that's what great about this too, is that it allows you to just run the strategy. The strategy is kind of built with the same type of rules that Traderify is asking you to do. So you're not outside of doing anything. I'm not feeling restricted, like, oh, I can't believe I can't do more. No, I'm not feeling like that because I'm trading my strategy and I'm doing what I want to do. Nobody's stopping me from making more or less. It's just this is what my strategy says for me to do, so that's what I'm doing. And it just happens to fall into what they're looking for. So, cool. It makes me a better trader because now I'm even more disciplined because I have to stay within this level of doing my strategy. Great. But yeah, that's it, guys. And there's nothing more I can say or do today. I am done for the day, really. Yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. We're gonna get this money. You guys did amazing following the strategy, and that's all we're gonna do. You know what, guys? I will check you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace.